Hello everyone and welcome to the Rocket Report this week. This week my special guest is Willie Thomas. He's our Director of Media Integration in Robinson ISD, and he's going to talk to us today about coding an hour of code. So can you tell us what coding is and what is hour of code?
Well, so coding is basically giving instructions. It's a whole sequence to things. And every day we use devices, but also just even in our classroom, just giving directions. I mean, that is coding. You're imprinting or putting a code into what it is that you're asking students to do. Or when I get on my cell phone and I go to send a text message, I'm telling my phone what to do. Well, somebody wrote that code so that when I input a particular letter or something like that, that my phone knows exactly what to do when I do that. Hour of code is where we expose all of our students, K through 12, to the world of coding, to that world of when it comes to like challenges and critical thinking, opportunities like that. We expose them to from block-based coding all the way up to script and Python type coding in our high school levels with our students.
Why do we participate in Hour of Code, which we do kind of in the month of December in Robinson ISD? What things do our students do and why do we participate?
So we participate because, like I said, we want to expose them to that, to those jobs and opportunities that are out there, and to also teach that, as I have the shirt on now, that grit when it comes to coding, because sometimes things don't work the very first time, and you have to, especially with coding, we have to go back and write that script again or write that command again because it didn't work out, just right. And we apply those things to our everyday lives. So not just in that coding world, but we want to give students the opportunity to fail, but then learn from those failures. And so with Hour of Code, being able for them to utilize the different websites, the different robots that we have. We go to code.org. We have kids who are coding RVR rovers and using Microsoft microbits and things like that to code with our students.
Well, and it's important to know that with coding that it improves students' critical thinking, and we do that all year. We just really do an emphasis on some of those things during this time. A lot of the things that we have in Brain Pop Junior and Brain Pop for the younger grade levels has a coding aspect that they can do. I'm thankful for the Region 12 Technology Foundation, and the Robinson Education Foundation has provided us with a lot of the things that we use in coding with Spheros and with Ozbots, have coding with drones, and so we have some of those provided by the Education Foundation too. So all of those things help our kids. But at home, what can kids or parents direct kids to continue to promote this coding and this critical thinking that's involved with that?
Well, I'll tell you what, YouTube is a really great source to kind of get kids exposed to all the different things that are out there and available for them to see. Code.org, that website I mentioned earlier, they have at-home stuff for students and parents to do, to work on together when different programs, different games that are out there. As you mentioned with Brain Pop Junior, that's available year-round through our subscription that we do here at Robinson ISD. That is, and it's Scratch-based programming, so our students learn through Scratch Junior, and then like I said, graduate all the way up to Scratch, which is an MIT program that they came out with. So definitely lots of opportunities. Just even sitting down talking with our students about the things that are around us, that toaster, because we do have smart toasters now, and coffee makers, things like that, and what that code looks like and takes for that machine or that product to work. So just having those basic conversations with students, and then looking at the different websites that are out there for different companies, even Amazon, they're looking for coders as well, and what those job opportunities that are available for our Robinson ISD students.
Well, and it's important to know, one of the things that we talked about is that coding doesn't all have to be based on a computer. So even if you want to talk with coding with your kids and you think they've had enough screen time, the code.org site has a ton of ways that are not technology based where you can still promote that critical thinking of coding and sequencing of things, and how you can play games even in our physical education classes and stuff we shared with them. So lots of different ways to promote that coding, that critical thinking with our students that's so important, problem solving and grit, trying again as they move through life. So thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for promoting this coding and critical thinking and all of those great things and the grants that we have in our spaces throughout the district. So have a great week and have a very wonderful holiday.